at least back in last year's wildcard matches, I'm not sure if you recall, when MVP Phoenix was running Wisp Bristleback, they run an offensive lane.
Every time.
And they were just running over kids.
It was insanely strong, but I think it's dangerous to run a Wisp and a Bristleback aggressive very early, unless you know what core you're going to be up against. So for example...
Well, I mean, that's the beauty of this draft, right? Like, right now, Nip hasn't picked a core yet, but if they picked a very weak or greedy core, you can't get away with doing that. And if they don't, you could run a safe lane or whatever. Because I think Witch Doctor and Disruptor, these two are not exactly the best defensive hero. Witch Doctor is very good with the cask. But if that cask doesn't bounce the right way, a Bristleback Wolf that's running at you with balls and quill sprays...
It'll kill you for sure.
Yeah, so... With that said, given what we've seen so far in the qualifiers, I don't think that's likely at all. I think we're going to see the standard mid-Wisp or safe lane Wisp.
Okay, I think that's fair enough. Nip looking at the same situation as PR right now. They need a core. We're probably assuming this Leshrac is going to be mid, most likely handled by Limp, as he's played it a couple of times here in the European qualifiers so far. And we're going to see Razor as last pick. So now, this brings up an interesting dilemma here for Nip. The lane anticipation is going to be very important for both teams, because if the Razor gets to lane up against the Bristleback or the Nyx, it'll be a very easy lane for like either matchup for Razor, right? Like Bristleback or Nyx, he wins them both because he can just static link and walk into them. Now, do PR still decide that they want to try to do this kind of dual lane scenario where they try to get their supports a little bit more experience? Because I would argue that being able to jungle stack on Radiant with a Wisp is super strong, right? You don't have to commit anything and you can double stack with ease. It's not a problem. And when you have Bristleback, you can still kill the stacks because quills are very effective and you'll have a lot of mana because of the bottle regen from your Wisp.
To me, it matters less where the Wisp goes and more what Razor is going to lane against.
Okay.
Because I think, I mean, there's very few heroes in the game that beats Razor, right? Anything that comes to mind that beats Razor straight up? Zeus?
Well, anything... Zeus is very good, but you actually... What can happen is, if he starts leveling his passive, it can be a huge nuisance for you in lane. Unless you're actually targeting the Razor, you have to target creeps to be able to CS him. I
don't think you actually ever target the Razor when you're nuking.
No, that's what I mean. Like, you can't target him, right?
Yeah.
Because if he gets unstable current,
generally.
Yeah, you get unstable current, and then you go for the CS in lane that way, and you try to harass him through going for your creep kills.
I think this is an excellent pick, if he's going mid-Zeus.
Well, we'll have to see. I believe it is going to be mid-Zeus, or at the very least a solo role. I can't see him really going up with the dual lane of any of these heroes, because for Power Rangers, if anything, this is definitely going to be an experience starved draft. Like, these heroes need levels desperately, maybe even more than they need gold.
Yeah, and not only is, well, going back to Zeus real fast, not only is he good against lane, I think he's excellent against these heroes, like Leshrac, Witch Doctor, Disruptor, these are just food, right?
Yeah.
So I really like that pick. Alright, back in the game here, Era is going to be playing that Razor. Still don't know what lane he's going for. Silk playing the Witch Doctor on the Leshrac. Going to top lane right now, we have Hanskin playing the Disruptor. And last but not least, how do you say this? Jonas?
Jonas and Fan.
Playing Clockwork. Has a Mango.
Yeah, Mango's legit, man.
Is it though?
So, here's the thing. There's a couple of heroes in Dota who have very low mana pools, but their abilities are also low mana cost. So I would say Clockwork is one of them. Like, all of his abilities cost less than 100 mana, so Battery Assault 75 at every level. Power Cogs is 50 to 80, depending on what level it is, and then Flare is also always 50. Which means, minimum, you will be able to use your Battery Assault and your Cog, assuming it's not higher than what? Level 4? With just using a Mango. And that can be enough to kill a support.
That's true, although I'm probably a bigger fan of 3GG Branch.
Okay.
Because it not exactly gives you 150 mana, but it's what, 60 mana, I want to say? Close to it?
Each one is 13 mana, so you would
have not even close.
39 mana. Yeah, 39 confirmed, close. 60 here. Roomy math.
Yeah. No, you know how the strength is 19 HP per stat, right?
Yes.
And intelligence is 13. Hold on here, because here comes the fight. The cast will bounce, and right back to the Bristleback. A lot of damage being stolen. Leshrac gets the bottom rune, and top rune being picked up by Clockwork, so confirm GG, because Nip got 2 runes.
Probably.
What's the stats on that, actually? I'm pretty curious.
I have no idea. I don't really think it's too big of a win rate either way. It might be like 52 or 53% favoring the team who gets 2 bounties. It's kind of like the first blood statistic, right? It's like an 8% difference of the team getting first blood winning comparative to the team who doesn't.
I think it's actually much bigger, but
well, I mean, that was actually the stat. It was given to us the other day.
For the runes, not for the...
Oh, for the runes. Yeah, okay. Maybe that's true. And looking at the lanes, it is going to be an aggressive tri lane coming out from Nip. This is extremely good against what PR have put together already. Just looking at the heroes like Wisp and Rubik in a lane, you're going to have to commit very heavily to going for a kill, which in turn could feed Era a lot of damage if Bristleback is going to be fighting that. So Dayira maybe not going to have the best time here. And the middle lane matchup is going to be Lesh versus Zeus, which right now, Sunlight seems to be having some issues as he's sitting pretty much out of mana and not a lot of health. But he does have his bottle.
I mean, as strange as this sounds, I think you actually switch lanes right here. As we see maybe a little bit go. You switch out the Zeus and put him on the bottom lane. And you put the Bristleback mid. And on Zeus, you actually level up Arc Lightning.
You put 2 points into a minimum anyway.
Yeah, 2 points. Yeah. And not only does that hit everybody while you see Ensor harass, the Bristleback should have a much easier time. Not much easier time, but he's going to have a better time mid than he will on the bottom lane. And you ensure both your cores still get farmed.
That might be true, but I would also argue that Zeus is more level reliant. And if you want to have any kind of mid game coming out from your Zeus, he's going to need solo experience.
Okay, so I guess the other way you play this is Zeus hits 6th, and then you make that first couple ganks on the bottom lane, because the bottom lane supports are level starved.
You're really going to want your Nyx and your Zeus to be contributing to the tri-lane in a big way. And I think that Seal Kid and Hanskin are pretty easy targets. Not the tankiest heroes by any means. They're against Zeus Nyx. They're going to die. Like, that's just a given. Okay,
so we're pretty clear on what Power Ranger needs to do. What does Nip want to do with this offensive tri-lane? They're not looking here just harass and deny creeps, right?
Oh, Cheshire Cat stuck here top lane. He actually got stuck inside creeps, and First Blood's going to be going the way of Nip. He got cogged up, and I thought he was going to be okay, but I think there was some kind of pathing bug where he got like stuck in the trees and then ended up dying.
I don't want to say that's game losing, but it's a big part of this game, because if you look at Johannes Fan, he's level 4.5 almost. Like, can you imagine a TP to the bottom lane in about 1.5 to 2 minutes? This is going to destroy Power Rangers tri-lane.
It's a guaranteed kill if he lands a hook.
Guaranteed multiple kills, I have to say.
Depends on the level of glimpse from Hanskin, I think. If he has level 3 or 4, perhaps, and solo kill again, this time it's going to be a middle lane, so it manages to take out Sunlight.
And of course I've caught none of those, so...
You caught the first one. Yeah. I mean, I had to direct you to, but you got it.
Thanks, good, Andy.
Good enough. I got your back, bro! I mean, I didn't even see that one, so I couldn't have told you that it was happening. You usually don't expect heroes to die in 1 versus 1 matchups.
Especially Zeus, a hero that's so good at shoving out the lane that you generally don't get into that low HP scenario. But
yeah, that's very true. So now 2 solo lanes winning here for Nip. I would say for their lineup, this is a huge advantage.
Yeah.
Because their tri-lane is already winning, 17-4 for Era. You compare that to the 4-0 of Dayira, he has nothing. Like, he is getting jack from this lane. And the 2 supports are still sitting here. Like, J4 and King R can't really gank, because he'd be going to gank a losing lane. And Sunlight might even get taken down here again in middle lane. Another lane is going to be thrown off. Ooh. 1 more hit coming in from Limp. He will be able to walk it off, but still. In this very early game, Nip looking extremely dominant.
I have a feeling that Sunlight, I haven't been watching, but I have a feeling that he's playing this lane wrong, because if he's standing in max range, he shouldn't be hit by those lightning from the creep wave.
It's very difficult, though. Like, if he times his lightning for every single time that he goes up for his own CS, you could realistically hit him. And it's a very hard thing to do, because then you're deciding, do I sacrifice losing the health for the creep kill, or do I let the creep die and just keep myself at a higher threshold of HP? Top again, Cheshire Cat caught out by another Cogs. He's getting chased down by the battery assault. There is a mango here on Jonas and Fan if he wants to use it. He's not going to go for the dive. I was assuming that he might go all in on that, but there was a level 2 Impale inside the woods as well. Bottom lane, J4 almost going to get taken down here. Last hit from Seal Kid will secure it. Era now draining Dayira, going to force him out of range. King R going for the tether play. 1 more hit will be able to take him down, but it looks like that extra bottle charge and walking back to the tower is going to keep him safe.
Yeah, I mean, right now Nip is very comfortable winning every single lane. And it's a big deal that you're actually laning against Bristleback on the bottom. Look at the supports of Nip. They have magic sticks, or at least, I think... there's one on Disruptor. I think Witchstalker should pick one up as well, but it looks like he's going for the boots instead. And that's going to matter a lot when Zeus eventually makes that gank to the bottom lane, right? You're essentially getting an extra 1 to 200 health.
Yeah, I would say so.
Yeah,
I think the boots are great, but I don't know. What did PR supposed to do out of this position? They need their heroes to get levels, but both of their solo lanes are
losing.
They're not just losing, they're actually getting crushed. Like, if you give away a kill in a solo lane, that is a huge problem. And even bottom lane, Dayira, Kinetic Field's not going to land here. A little bit off the mark coming in from Hanskin.
Pretty unlucky cast, I have to say. If it bounced on the Bristleback back again, he wouldn't have died from that, but would have actually done some serious damage.
It honestly doesn't even matter, though. Like, this lane is already so hard lost from the side of PR that I seriously doubt they'll be able to come back any other way than either Cheshire Cat or Sunlight ganking the lane. Yep. And I'm pretty sure even that might not be successful. As it stands right now, Cheshire Cat's almost level 6, but the problem is, if you TP to lane, you don't even have mana for all your spells as an X. You'll have to Vendetta with the TP. Oh, another kinetic field coming down here. Seal Kid getting it lifted. Dues applied here. Dayrog getting his damage drain from the static link. Air is continually chasing. Glimpse back from Hanskin. Should be an easy kill coming the way of Nip and Era. He manages to pick that up.
Okay, we need to see some big smoke ganks at this point.
Or do we see Sunlight die again mid? There's a hook shot available here on Clockwork, and he's level 7. That's max level battery assault. The hook shot hits Sunlight behind the tower, but what? Those cogs actually push him out. The lightning's going to hit from Limp anyway. That's a hasted Leshrac. See you later, Sunlight. Teleport action coming in. It's going to be Dayrog. And I think he might be able to get a return kill here or not. The lightning die coming in. The Pulse Nova doing a ton of damage from Limp. He's thinking about throwing a stun. Instead, opts for the lightning for the guaranteed damage. Very nice play, and J4 in the meantime dies under his tier 1 bottom lane. This is a complete stomp. Like this is absolutely horrible for PR.
I mean, the game is mathematically not over yet.
And all Nip have to do is stand by their tower for 20 seconds, or not even, like 10 seconds, and they know they're safe. Middle lane, Sunlight dying solo again to Limp. What is going on?
Well, I mean, at this point, Limp has a point booster, so he could actually just run up to the Zeus and lightning his face without even needing to farm. And Zeus, I like to see Zeus carry teleport scroll. Meanwhile, King R on the bottom lane, very close to these enemies. Supports are rotating mid for Nip.
I don't think I've seen this lopsided of an early game in any of the games so far.
Yeah, I don't think
this has to be the single biggest stomp that I have seen in the qualifiers. Not even just the European ones for TI5, but all of them.
I mean, it's really sad to start talking about Game 2, but I might as well because it's so lopsided. I wonder what this is going to do for PR's confidence. It's one thing to like lose a good tight game, but it felt like PR didn't even play Dota this game.
Well, there's still Dota to be played. We'll see if PR are able to take it back for now. As Limp is sitting here middle. He did have an invis, opted to break it instead. Thought he was going to try to go for a kill. Big rotation coming in from PR. Sunlight going for the bait play.
The ultimate problem is that PR doesn't have any real initiation apart from having that Nyx come in. And when we're far behind like this, you need to get those jump here, right? Imagine for a second that PR has a clock. You could at least YOLO and force some kills.
That is true.
Yeah, if Nip plays it well, they could never die this game.
Could we be seeing another perfect game? The 22-0 Alliance versus Quantic Gaming.
They're going in right now, but
yeah, but that's just a huge waste of time. Like Limp's just gonna casually walk away. Bottom tier 1 still taking damage from Nip. They're just gonna push in. There's nothing that Dayrog can do right now. He's got 17 creep kills in 9 minutes. Compare that to Era's 54.
I mean, it's really negative to say it's a big waste of time, but that's kind of what they have to do, right?
No, it is. Yeah. It hurts to watch because, like you said, they don't have an initiator. So they can't force the fight. J4 going to get caught out here by the Thunder Strike. Glimpse going to be casting a Dayrog. Doesn't really send him anywhere.
Actually, though, it will make it bounce, and that's exactly what the Glimpse was for. They get the 1 kill. They're looking for a second. Battery Assault doing a lot of work. The Cogs will push him away, but Era will clean up. That is a 2 kill on the bottom lane. Looks like Zeus died again on the mid lane.
I honestly don't even know if this is Dota anymore.
It is not. Era minus to turn on that ring. I think he had it off for the laning stage, but it's time to turn it on and keep on pushing.
So the shining hope of the team of PR has to be Cheshire Cat, right? Like he's the one who can actually go for solo kills without it being super obvious. Nip has been very good about placing lane sentries though. Like middle lane had a sentry. Bottom lane had a sentry right as a rotation from Cheshire Cat came in. So there was no way that he was going to be able to find something that way. Oh man, this is like painful.
The only person that Cheshire Cat could kill anymore. Oh, he's going to go roll for a kill. Impale will hit. Yeah, Zeus. Oh, Zeus. Oh. Where's the Zeus?
Oh! Hook shot to the neutrals!
Freeze!
No, he's not going to die to it. It doesn't do enough damage.
I mean, he should have Zeus out earlier, but...
Yeah, but it still wouldn't have killed him. That's my point. Like, he wasn't missing enough HP. Man, that hook change actually just saved his life. You used to not be able to hook to neutrals. It would just block the hook, but you wouldn't go to them physically. I can't believe that this game is this one-sided. It feels really bad because you gotta feel for PR, right? Like, it has to not feel great to come into a game and have this kind of thing happen. But I do think a lot of the reason why it was so one-sided is because they weren't anticipating the aggressive lane from Nip. And then when it came down there, they didn't just immediately leave. Like, just leave the lane, make Nip send their support somewhere else, so at least Dityrok can get do anything in that lane on its own. But if you leave it, you can actually force reactions elsewhere, and that's still better than just sitting in all 3 lanes and losing them, right?
Yeah. Apparently, there has been a nice shutout, 15-0, but...
again, oh yeah, that's right. That was a C-Deck game. Yeah, I forgot about that.
Again, it's not that... Well, Power Ranger did not play well in the lane. That's a big part of it. But coming into this early mid-phase of the game, they have very little options in terms of what they can do. Relocate will be online eventually. That gives them another thing that...
I mean, he's level 4.
Right, but eventually he'll be level 6, right? I hope. And that gives them another way to play this. So essentially you have Zeus ult, you have a relocate, so 2 hero coming in. So that's going to give Cheshire Cat a lot more to do when he runs those solo ganks. The chance of that solo gank succeeding is very high. But real talk, real fast. Does Nip ever need to split up again?
Yeah, I think they'll probably have to split up. I don't think
farm a little bit.
When you get this kind of advantage, the best way to throw it is to try to play over-aggressive 5-man and then go try to high ground early.
Oh, no, not high ground. You're definitely going to group up for like all the T1s.
Yes.
And then maybe start knocking down Tier 2s.
You want to take all the other 2 towers, and I think grouping up for that is fine.
Yeah, and I think that's exactly what they will do after this T1 goes down, right? Do you see them going back here?
I don't think they'll Roche because their team is pretty bad at it. I think they'll just go for towers.
Yep.
And then they'll probably go for some kind of early Aghanims timing on Era. Or maybe he goes for something else. Right now he just has a Sange in his inventory. I'm not sure if that's towards S and Y or if it's just...
You know what? I'll just go Silver Edge right now. I'm not even joking.
For the Bristleback?
Yeah, it's for the Bristleback. It's such a good item when they're so far behind. Like, you just run in jungle and start killing supports. And it gives you so much HP as well. He's got a Sange.
Yeah.
But I think he's going to go S and Y.
I do think SNY is very solid on Razor, but given the lead that they have, I would like Aghanim solely for the tower push potential. I guess they don't need it though, right? Like, they already have Lesh.
Yeah.
He's got a point into Edict. He's even almost got a completed Bloodstone right now, and it's only, what, 13 minutes in? I think he just needs to wait for the recipe, and he'll have it after that tower drops.
Another tower knockdown. I don't know why Cheshire Cat is so low HP. I wonder if he got rocketed a whole bunch.
Could be.
As this game go on more and more, Cheshire Cat's effectiveness is going to get lower and lower. Because the enemy team will have more and more HP, so his single burst killing combo will not be as effective. And they're going to be more and more likely to group up, so you're not going to find those picks anymore.
Yeah.
So I don't like the fact that he's neutraling right now. But it could.
What choices do you have though?
Exactly, that's the thing. Yeah,
argument.
they don't have much of a choice. As long as two supports don't show from Nip, that's the 2 heroes that he could kill. That's it. He can't kill the cores anymore.
Well, right now PR, their Nyx is the most farm person on the team, which is not really the best situation to be in, but I guess it's better than nothing. Wonder if he goes for Dagon or if he goes for Force Staff.
That's J4. Oh, okay.
Okay, he is dead, I believe. Zeus is in the area. I'm not sure if they can go for a counter kill. Pelican needs to stun, get a land on Limp. Okay, he's dead.
He just gave him life. He just ran toward them.
And he even got his Bloodstone in his inventory before J4 died, so he even got a Bloodstone charge. Limp, for me, has just played a phenomenal game. Like, solo killing Sunlight 2 times, and then the Clockwork immediately rotating in and ganking him after Limp leaves the lane. There's so many things for PR that just have gone atrociously bad.
Yep.
So we've talked about the stuff that PR didn't do. What about the stuff that they could have done outside of rotating their supports? Do you feel like a 2-2-1 would have worked out better than just going for the defensive tri-lane?
I mean, hindsight's 20/20. I still stand by.
But I even expected a dual lane from PR. I didn't expect them to go safe tri-lane. Because after the Razor last pick, if Nip goes aggressive with that, you auto lose that lane.
We didn't have time to talk about it because it came as the last pick. I thought switching to Zeus made sense to me. But who knows? Because diving the bottom lane is going to be much more difficult with Zeus spamming out the lane. That's kind of how I kind of saw it. You could even rotate.
But he doesn't have infinite mana, that's the problem.
He has a Wisp.
Yeah, but that's still not infinite mana, because in order to refill bottle, you have to contest bottom rune.
That's true. I just think that it would have definitely not gone this poorly if you did rotate the lanes.
Yeah. I do agree that lane rotation might have worked out a bit better.
You could also rotate your entire tri-lane top and put the Nyx bottom, but that might have been...
They would just follow you in that case.
Yeah, probably.
The reason I suggested either rotating supports or doing a 2-2-1 is because it's a lot less efficient to put 3 heroes versus 2, because you're essentially wasting one of them just trying to keep one lane down. And that way you're guaranteeing at the very least you have one even matchup and one winning lane.
Oh, they see the Witch Doctor. This is the
going to get on the
kill.
board?
Oh, they'll relocate for him as well. 5 hero here. They got him.
Oh, wait. They might be able to find Era. The Wisp Balls are going to touch him here.
No, Era finds them. Let's be real.
Okay, he's just running into them. And there's 4 heroes actually running away from Era right now. He's going to go down and chase the Wisp. Relocate will bring it back. Limp in the meantime picks up a kill on J4 and Sunlight. Just picks up a double all on his own. Doesn't even need his team. 11 Bloodstone charges here at the 16-minute mark, and while PR get themselves on the board, it was not a favorable trade.
I just sneezed. I'm sorry.
I looked over to you right as I finished, and I saw you sneezing, and I was like, well, maybe I should have extended that one a little bit longer. That was my bad. Either way, Jonasson fan, looking for a potential kill here. Glimpse back into a Static Storm and a Cog. Cheshire Cat is going absolutely nowhere. See ya the heck later. He does buy his 4-staff recipe, though, before he dies.
1 in 15. Better than
15.
Better than the team that got shut out by VG. Or C-Deck, I think.
Yeah, this is...
Oh, they're all ganking the courier, please. Let us survive.
Oh, he's got a Vanguard on it. Man, that would be
oh,
really
they're
bad.
pinged. Hell out of the courier.
I don't think they can get it, right?
They'll get it. Oh, Sight given. One more hit. Oh, they get it.
Oh my god.
That's Vanguard.
Killed his Vanguard. He's got a Ring of Protection and a Stout Shield now for the foreseeable future.
Yep.
AKA the next 3 minutes.
You should probably put those treads on string. You would need the HP.
Nah, man, you tread swap.
Yeah,
This is what you do, right? You tread swap int, and then you goo and you spray, and then you go to agi for attack speed.
Yep.
And then you go to strength again when you get hit.
I'm not gonna lie. Bristleback is one of the few heroes I rarely tread swap because
he has so many low mana cost spells, and his Ink Gain is actually very strong.
Yeah, and
so
it's more like you're in there a lot, and you're gonna tread swap for every quill spray. It's just the chances of you leaving your treads on int when you're taking damage is probably a lot higher than you perfectly doing it all the time.
Maybe, and by maybe I mean definitely.
All right, farming everywhere in the map.
Yeah, they're just taking away PR's jungle right now. There's not really a whole lot to say. It's just a whole lot of bad things going in for PR. The one bright side that they have right now is Nip can't actually get any more towers.
Hold on, Sure Shy Cat.
That's a free kill.
Making it happen.
Okay. Another reload that
I don't know
doesn't
if
even matter.
They're like, get us out of here. I mean,
that's what they need to do, though,
honestly, yeah, like what else are you gonna relocate for?
He's gonna take the ear out of here for sure. Yeah. Get those creeps.
All right. There you go. That's 3 creeps farmed. I would actually relocate and like start backdooring T1 towers.
With Bristle, you mean?
Yeah.
If he had Vanguard, I would say that's a good play. But his Vanguard's in the courier dead.
But I like what PR is doing, right? Right now, Nip is playing it safe, which is definitely correct in their point of view. But that gives these tiny windows of opening to PR. Like tiny ones.
I mean, there's a 15,000 gold advantage.
Yeah. I'm not saying PR is going to win this game by doing this, but they're not losing it. All right, there's a Witch Doctor gem now, so...
Game has become difficult.
Yeah. Now, Cheshire Cat also have difficulty doing anything.
Well, the gem's not actually on Seal Kid right now, but there is a sentry dropped. I think Cheshire Cat realizes this. He's just looking for the play. He's going to spot out Seal Kid. Is he really going to get another kill?
Yeah, he will.
All right.
Zeus ult coming in.
Zeus ult. Just casually 4-staffs and pops the old arcane boots. I think PR need to try to get out of their base and just dewar their own jungle. Like, that's the biggest thing.
Yeah, they have a Zeus, so it shouldn't come as too high of a cost, at least economically. Clockwork's going for it. Is he really? He's actually surrounded by all the
There's the flare vision. J4 is going to walk right into it. Is he going to go for the hook? It's so close.
It feels like Clockwork cannot walk on this path without getting punished.
Yeah, it's a little bit scary.
Are they actually going to go on Limp? Because that would be the wrong decision.
He is so tanky. Like, 1700 health.
He's got BOTs.
I don't think he cares at all.
Oh,
I think
dude.
he just goes in. He's just going in.
Get me out of here with Chan.
Okay, well, he's going to come back.
Well,
I'm pretty sure by the time the relocate's done, Handskin's also going to be there. Even if Sunlight is nearby, it's like a level 10 Zeus. He's just killing the creeps.
Oh, no, lightning.
Stun timing. Oh, he's going to hit on them both. The Static Storm, he brings the air back in. They're both going to be dropping quite fast. Limp getting low. He might be able to suicide this. He gets glimpsed back on Dityrop, but doesn't get the Bloodstone suicide.
Oh, he's going in. He's got Vanguard.
Full health. Is this the
Look at him. He's turning around.
Back. What a player.
Don't call it comeback yet, though.
They have been here for years.
Yes.
That is very true.
I like the follow-up, Andy. I appreciate. Hey, but man, that's a 2-for-1 trade.
Radiant's bottom tower is under attack.
Look at them average tread swap stats. Anti-Mage 231, Bristleback 235. Bristleback
is this made up BS?
No.
Oh, you can actually get stats.
Yeah, you can actually get the stats on that.
Who's doing stats right now?
The tread switch should be significantly higher for Bristleback than AM though. Like 100%.
No.
Because the goo and the quill cooldowns are not the same, which means that if you were doing it perfectly, then you would be switching more on the Bristleback, and Motpax is our stat guy.
First of all, shout out to Motpax for giving us the dank stats.
The dem stats.
The dank stats that are completely useless to any other casters except us. Secondly, I would say that AM chest swapping per blink. I mean, I think a lot of Bristleback.
Okay, because the AM more consistently uses his blink than the Bristleback would be.
Okay, is this real life right now, top lane?
No, he is not killing him. Are you kidding me right now?
Mana burn.
What do you mean?
The mana burn. He's going for go mana burn.
Oh, the relocate.
The relocate's gonna come through. The height is.
Oh, the hook shot though on a Dityrop. Jonas and Fan is going to
relocate.
He's going to isolate the Bristleback. He's trying to stay in range. King R is going to have to
tether.
1 second.
Oh, get him out of there. No, they're losing both.
Oh, he's going to TP.
Okay,
all right.
He's got this.
Casual TP out.
1-for-1 trade.
Cask, not there.
Hey, man. Don't call it a comeback yet.
Are they actually coming back?
Don't call it a comeback yet.
Okay, so that fight, they lost 209 gold.
Ooh.
PR.
Whatever. Come on.
Like the Wisp lost gold. Come on.
Are you really saying that's not PR advantage?
I'm saying... Alright, it is for sure.
Uh-oh. Gonna get glimpsed back, though.
Yeah.
That's Ripperino. Oh, force staff back out.
Okay, 11 wand charge. That's the doubler. Pops a spike care phase. Maybe a little bit early. 3 seconds up, then stun. Easy going.
You know what? The fact that PR actually have double force staff makes me think...
It's actually a miracle.
Yeah, it's actually... It's like, how did he even farm double force staff? Who has the second one? Is it Zeus? Okay.
Yeah, it's Zeus.
And you know what? Zeus got Veil. It's probably like the best item for this kind of situation. Right? You just need items. Or
now, if only Veil was global, and you could Veil somebody where the Nyx was, and then just like, boom.
I honestly think you relocated Zeus in, and not Bristleback in these fights.
You realize Zeus would die like instantly, right?
Yeah, but you also killed them instantly too.
You don't actually kill them instantly.
Dude, Veil Zeus bolts? Come on.
He took so long to die, and he didn't even.
Because there was no Veil Zeus bolt.
Limp has BKB and level 16.
Yeah, you just don't get you don't go for a Limp anymore. It's done.
All right,
that dream is done. Yeah. You also can't go for Razor because he's got a gem.
I mean, you could go for Razor, but you'd have to find him in an area of the woods where you could stand high ground and watch him kill a camp.
All right, Zeus is gonna bowl some wards. Go get him, Sunlight. Can't attack high ground.
You're missing Handskin casually tanking Roshan. Okay, never mind. He's
done.
That's
fine. I'm not gonna watch him do Rosh. D-warding is much more interesting.
All right. Just Lumi things.
Lumi on camera, guys. Missing kills and watching very important things.
I think you missed the first 6 kills, dude.
I missed like the first 4. Give me credit, please.
All right, all right. It's all right. I still can't L-cancel for shit.
All right. Sunlight leading the push for a T1 tower, and then TP some.
I mean, can PR get a tower right now?
Oh, well, if nobody TPs, they can.
Yeah, but I mean, Era doesn't have a TP. He doesn't even have room. He's going back for Ags, and he has a casual cloak in his inventory with an Aegis and a gem. So he's going to have to trade off that item to his support if he wants to have the availability of it.
Here we go.
This is a tanky clockwork, dude.
He's got a force staff too.
Yeah, they got relocate again, though. No, they're just going in. Oh, he needs to land a stun. The force staff. What? Okay. It hit him when he was behind.
Get him. Get him. That's a quick kill.
What was that?
You know, I'm like cheering for PR right now.
This is... Okay, so teams down the amount of PR are right now. It's like 6.5%.
I'm saying it's actually worse of a percentage in this game because if you look at what Nip's got right now, Era's about to push high ground with Aghanims, and PR cannot defend it. They just can't.
Yeah, there's absolutely no way. But thankfully, Era does not have a gem. Or,
He does.
He doesn't have a BKB. That's what I meant to say.
Yeah.
He doesn't have BKB, which means that he can still get spammed out, potentially.
Okay, this is what we need to see, okay?
Okay, I'm ready.
You ready for this?
Yep.
Alright. Impale hits him when he's pushing, like when he's sieging the tier 3 tower. He's stunned.
Okay.
You double force tap him into the T4.
Where are you looking right now?
I'm looking at Rubik. He's hanging out.
Yeah, but...
I mean... What else do you want me to look at? You want me to look at the creep streak? Okay.
No, I'm not gonna criticize your camera control anymore. You do what you do.
Alright, here's... Okay, continue, right? So you stun Era in front of the T3. You double force tap back into T4. You lift him, and then you just kill him there. That's the only chance.
Yeah,
and then he responds with Aegis.
It's the highest chance, for sure.
Yeah. Well, actually, Zeus is very good at defending towers.
Yeah, that's what I mean. Like, you just spam.
Give him the arc.
You get some mana burns. Maybe, you know, Cheshire Guy gets to the Aegis Nyx, you know? You just burrow into the ground, start throwing out some, like, 1200 range impales.
Get a point booster right now if you like.
Yeah. I mean, the cool thing about having Aghanims on Nyx is you can force staff while you're underground, and you can Yules. Which makes no sense because you're just a pile of dirt floating in the air when you pop Yules. It's completely ridiculous.
Yeah, that's actually Flavor Judge. I would know that.
That is immersion breaking, by the way, for anyone who's maybe a Dota 2 developer. I need my immersion.
Is anybody immersing themselves, though, into Dota? It's like, I'm Wisp, beep boop.
That's true.
Is that what's
not
happening?
really roleplay immersion. It's more like, God, I hate my team immersion.
Which, by the way, every Dota game that I play is PR right now. Like, I lose the laning stage 0-14, and then I get 1 kill, and then I get a couple of kills, and then the hope is real, right? And then you just lose.
And then your dreams are shattered upon the rocks of reality.
Sorry, PR. From personal experience, you'll lose.
Well, they do have very good spam. See if they can hold this out. Deira did manage to get a full BKB at the time that we've been speaking about random stuff. And he also has a Vanguard on top of that. Usually you see the Bristleback go for S and Y and stuff like that, but I think against Nip's lineup, it is almost 100% necessary to have a BKB, especially if you're defending your high ground.
All right, we're going to see some Arc Lightning Veil's going to get dropped. Look at the spam. Damage. Yeah, there's a creep wave. I think Nip actually needs a pipe.
They might either need a pipe or they need to man up. Those are pretty much the two options.
Well, they couldn't even the creep dies before they get to the PR symbol on the ground.
I think they just wait for Era BKB and maybe Jonas and Fan to get a BKB. Because Limp has his, right? And it's 10 seconds. Now, he could walk up high ground, Edict, force a fight with the Aegis and Era. And they also have Aghanims on the Razor as well. So this is a pretty scary point right now for PR.
That ult doing a lot of damage. The force that forward. There's a force back. Actually, the Static Storm dropped on top of Surefire Cat. He's dead. The BKB on Limp doing a lot of damage. Tier 3 finally died. Immediate buyback here. And that will force them back momentarily. Surefire Cat on the chase. There is a Sentry Ward down. They need to get somebody. They do know the Disruptor is coming on the right side. Zeus giving a sight. They will get 1 kill. Clockwork, Stun Spell. I'm not sure exactly what. I think it was Rocket Flare.
Yeah, it was.
Everybody runs back. Basically a buyback. All right. We're not even going to talk about what is it a good trade or not. It's a terrible trade, obviously, for PR, but you got to do what you got to do.
In the sense that they defended their high ground, I guess it's worth it.
Yeah.
And also in the sense that Era's Aegis is likely to not last long enough to go for a full Rax push is also a win for PR. It's a small things, but in the grand scheme, it does matter. Like, you need to be able to keep your base alive when the enemy's pushing and has a significant lead. When them not having an Aegis is better. Like, that needs to be the scenario. They cannot have Era capable of popping back in, and now his Aegis will fade. 5.5 minutes till Roshan spawns. PR need to be able to take a decent amount of map control by the time that Roshan is available. So they either need to smoke out of their base, try to fight, hope they can kill someone, which is actually fairly viable.
Yeah, they have a lot of damage.
Yeah, they have a Nyx and a Zeus with the relocate. So I think they can go for picks.
I think the only person they can't pick is Era.
No, I think the only person that can't pick is Limp. You can kill Era, like 100%. He does not have BKB.
Look at his health. He's got a cloak too.
Yeah, but Limp has the same amount of health and a BKB.
All right,
so he is 10 times harder to kill.
Okay, that's fair. Era dewarding as he goes. And the map's opened up again, you know? So that allows Cheshire Cat, again, he's the sole hope of this Power Ranger team.
Yeah, for the time being, it's going to be really rough on PR. Like, just trying to get a few wards down, trying to make sure that they can get good map positioning for the Roshan that inevitably will spawn. J4 dropping the please don't deward my ward inside of the jungle ward. That's pretty much what it is.
Yeah,
like,
that's exactly what it is.
We absolutely need vision no matter what happens because of the prioritization of Roshan. So if we lose vision now, it just automatically means we can't contest. Now, they might have a hard time doing it regardless, but having vision is certainly a good thing.
I don't think they're contesting it. Oh, they see
Roshan's not up.
They see it. Somehow, these trees are not protecting
Wait, what?
Yeah.
That's bizarre.
I think when it's like when you walk up this hill, like over the stairs,
Oh, you might be able to see it.
some of the lights, you know, shine on the ward.
I think they need some light to shine on PR right now. Needs to be daytime. Get that day vision going.
Because that's all they have. They don't have any ward vision.
They need day vision, man. They need to be able to not get just randomly ganked by walking into a lane by Jonas and Fan. I mean, he's the primary threat in terms of getting picked. Because you have a Clockwork with a Aghanims at 31 minutes in. I mean, he's level 13 with Aghanims 4-star. It's not often you see a solo hero who is more farmed than has levels when you have this type of a lead.
If you give a PR a chance to win this game, what is it?
A percentage chance.
Yeah. Is it still 6%?
I'd say like 10-15%.
Yeah, I think it's actually much higher. They could actually, I mean, win a couple of decent team fights or have decent trades.
Yep.
I wouldn't say that this game is over with the racks, or would you say if they get the first racks, the game is absolutely over?
I would say first racks, game's over.
Okay. Because that means Zeus cannot spam, well, then he would have to spam 2 lanes out, and that's much harder.
Yeah, they don't have any wave clear outside of the Zeus. I mean, the Bristleback can wave clear, but his mana is not as sustainable as the Zeus, so he'll have to end up going back to base more, which just overall adds more pressure onto the map because your lanes are constantly being thrown towards your side of the map. You're not able to do anything, like smoke-wise, without it being incredibly obvious because everyone's missing all the time and the wave is always
They see
pushing.
Bristleback. Is he going to TP right here? TP?
I think he's fine.
TP?
He can just BKB if they go on
not
him.
fine.
Oh,
They have
actually,
Clockwork.
Jonas the Fan needs to save. No, he BKB too early! You're up, please! Okay, wait, he opened his cogs for some reason. I'm not really sure why, but he will
Okay,
have
now
another
this is
headshot.
the ultimate space creation, right? Like, this is like, oh, he now goes back the other way. That may have helped him. Not
No,
sure.
it didn't help him. Not at all.
I mean, he got rocket flared, or he saw his creep wave got rocket flared. So,
I mean, the Bristleback is actually living for a very long time, so that does show that perhaps PR have the opportunity to defend their high ground if they have the damage potential of the Zeus and the Nyx behind it. But just giving away a kill like that is playing into Nip even harder, especially when your Bristleback is the hero that probably plays from behind.
the worst?
Like, yeah, he's like one of the worst heroes from behind because you need to be able to walk into 5 and live. Like, that is what the hero does. So every time you die solo like that, you're giving the other team item progression that will build towards you not being able to do your job.
Ooh, handscan with the invis ring going high ground. That's actually pretty big.
Oh my god.
Yeah,
That
that's
is
pretty
so
bad.
awful.
Here we go, Glyph being forced out.
He needs to steal Lightning. He's still split Earth.
Well, that's not too bad either.
No,
For the
Lightning
fighting.
is needed though for spam. Like, he can't use Split Earth. Like, the cooldown on Lightning is half of what Split Earth is, and it does the same amount of damage, and it's a longer cast range.
Nip essentially takes the range racks for free, which again is not the worst, but it gets worse and worse as this game progresses, right?
Range creeps still push the wave.
Yeah.
That's all they need. They don't need a huge momentum swing. They just need a little bit of a push. To be like, yep, okay, one extra creep that does more damage than the others. That's
But you're
enough.
not going to say, look, let's push bot lane now because we got mid range racks?
I think you could, actually. Because no matter what, unless the wave is influenced by some outside source, PR is going to be getting pushed in mid. That is just how it is.
Yep.
So they're going to need heroes there all the time. Well, maybe not all the time because the range racks is the one that died. But every once in a while, they'll have to go over there. And I think that is enough. And getting the tier 3s, believe it or not, at least in my opinion, is almost more valuable than getting racks in some situations because it opens up the opportunity for not only backdoor, but to be able to deal damage to the range racks that does not regenerate. And the more waves that you get pushing in, the easier it is to be able to get more towers and more of the base damage. If that makes sense. Like, that's just how I see it. Now, obviously, getting melee racks is better. I'm not trying to argue that getting a melee racks is worse in any way. It's definitely always better. But sometimes, going all in when you don't have an Aegis for a push like that, when you know everyone's going to be alive, the safer play is just to get the easy racks, back off, then maybe try to push elsewhere or go for Roshan, which in case this is what NIP is doing.
I had no idea what you just said. I was looking at
That's fine, dude. I was filling space for you.
while I look at important stats like hero glimpse back to fountain.
It is actually very important in the later stages, though, to not TP in daylight like that.
Yeah.
Because you can end a game just based off somebody TPing in. Like, say they're split pushing, they TP, they get glimpsed, and then they're like halfway across the map again. You just lose.
Yeah.
Like, that is something that happens more often than not when you're playing against a Disruptor.
To be fair, I think Disruptor had an Invis in his high ground, so could not prepare for that.
Yeah.
All right, Nip is going to take this Roche for free. I don't think anybody's going to make any plays.
Definitely no plays to be had right now. I mean, the golden experience is still, like, they haven't really,
I'm not even looking at this graph, because this graph
but
doesn't...
they haven't built much of a larger lead, if that makes sense. Like, they've been around 15,000, 20,000 ahead for a long time. Their lead hasn't gotten any bigger, which I guess is good for PR, because as the game becomes stagnant, the values become less important. As the heroes get higher level, the gold values are kind of bloated, right?
Okay, I don't know why I can't see gold graph.
It's like...
You're pressing F9. Is that what you want to press?
No, it's different on my keyboard as well. Mine are 8 and 9. Because usually it's 5 and 6, right? Or 6 and 7.
F5 and F6, yeah. I don't know who tampered with this. So let's do it the old school way.
Left. Yep. No, that one. No, that's the wrong one. Okay, I actually don't know. We're just YOLO clicking on stuff. Oh, it's on the right-hand side. Yeah. This is where you accidentally funnel it. Yeah.
I think our keys got disabled.
They got disabled, yeah.
All right, mid lane push. Here it comes. I mean, the outside sorts of influencing it is definitely rocket play, right? All right, here comes the push. No. Oh. They don't have a... They don't have glyph is what I'm trying to say.
I mean, J4 stole Edict, which may be the most worthless ability to steal for Rubik.
Your Rubik run up? Eat it.
I mean, maybe if this Rubik had like 30k net worth, he might be able to use Diabolic Edict. But it's not too bad, because spell steal cooldown is only 18 seconds. He'll be able to get lightning at some point.
Limpus is doing an excellent job not letting them steal the lightning though.
Yeah, he always gets his Edict off before he even walks up high ground. So that way, if J4 is in range of steal, he always gets the bad spell. Like, it sounds weird to say Edict is the worst spell for him to steal.
It is worse in this situation.
Yeah, it is very bad in this situation. Same reason why you don't level Edict in a tri-lane versus tri-lane scenario. Just doesn't deal enough damage to one target.
Well, Zeus only have 4k.
I mean, they're getting spammed out pretty heavily by PR.
What do you go for Zeus? Refresher?
I don't know if there's any one item that actually...
It's by far the most damage output.
It is, but does he... He has enough mana to use it, I guess, right? If he doubles Soul Rings, has bottle charges as well. But Refresher is only built for that one fight, right? Like, you build the Refresher to guarantee that you'll be able to win an engagement.
Yes, and that's kind of what they need, right?
Yeah.
They don't need more...
I was just kind of thinking out loud. I wasn't saying it was good or bad. I was just...
Yeah.
I was verbalizing it so it made more sense to me.
Yeah, I think Refresher is probably the best choice. Checking on Rubik, he's got 1200. Bristleback 15. Wisp got 500. Wisp has got a Glimmer Cave. That's pretty big, actually.
It is very nice being able to save. Like, even yourself, for example, against the team of Nip, which is primarily magic damage. Not a lot of physical damage on their team outside of maybe Era, but he needs to be able to static link for that to happen.
Cheshire Cat just goes for... Aghanims? No.
He's had the same amount of money for a really long time. Has he bought anything?
He's got a point booster. And also somebody has a...
Oh, he does have a point booster, okay.
Bloodstone.
Yep, I like the Bloodstone.
That's a respawn time?
No, it's the spam. Like, it is 100% about the spam. He needs the mana regen. Like, he doesn't have anything else that lets him regen.
He's spamming in the base.
Yeah, but you have to consider,
regen.
if you do win a fight, at some point, you're going to have a way to get the waves out.
You know what helps you win the fight, though?
Yeah, Refresher helps you win the fight, but what happens after the fight is won?
You just...
And I would also say that if you have to consistently spam, even having to go back to base for 10 seconds can be the difference in your rank.
Refresher lets you spam, though. By a lot. All right, 4-staff forward here. 4-staff back. Era pops that BKB glimpse backward. Looks like this Rax is going to get glyph, and they'll back up immediately. Will Power Ranger chase? Can they chase? No. I mean, eventually they will lose building if it's going like this.
Yeah.
So
there's no doubt that they will whittle down the
What
ranks.
are they exactly waiting for?
You mean Nip?
No.
Or PR?
PR, yeah. They're waiting for an opportunity for them to jump, or what?
They're waiting for them to fully commit. Like, that's the problem right now. Say, for instance, PR has 1-2 buybacks. So the Nyx and the Bristle both have buyout. But they do not want to chase outside of their own base under any circumstance, because Nip have a very easy time turning it around. So they need to wait for Nip to make a mistake and go too aggressive, which Nip has been really good about. They're not over-pushing. Or they need to kill, like, one hero and force Nip back. Like, burst him down somehow. Now, their team isn't great at bursting outside of the Zeus, so I think that killing a hero straight up is going to be a pretty low possibility, unless Cheshire Cat can, like, loop around from behind, kill a support, and then they can just like try to disengage as hard as they can. Like, just stopping Nip from killing your base right now is a big deal.
Yeah, well, obviously.
Yeah, I mean, in any game, but I mean, especially in this circumstance.
Yeah,
because in the late game, I think against these types of heroes, the Nyx and the Bristle can carry. This damage is also scary.
Here comes round 2. They're focusing on the Rex. Era, right-clicking on it. Rex losing a lot of HP. J4 is going to get picked off. Here comes Cheshire Cat, gets forced out forward again. Clockwork will hit. He will have that force out. BKB gets activated on just about everybody. Looks like PR wants to chase out. Alyssa Bristleback wants to drive them back. Force out 4 on Zeus. Bolt is going to miss. It looks like everybody is pretty low. No, I don't think he can fight this. 30 Raw is really in a corner now. He will go down. Relocate. It brings him back home. He's saved. Meanwhile, Clockwork on the bottom lane will be out as well. Sunlight doesn't have force out anymore. Link is going to give him vision. Cheshire Cat within the range of the gem, I believe, but he's going to be fine. Relocate back forward.
Wait, what?
Yeah, I think he brought him out of there, but Wisp is going to be dead. Do they have Glimpse? I think they have it again. Yes, they do. He needs to force that back out. Cheshire Cat is going to be dead. Does he get buyback?
How is this game 41 minutes, by the way?
I mean, they defended very well. There's a buyback on the Nyx Assassin, and they will hold this Rax with a second Nyx buyback.
So, the Aegis is gone on Era. They didn't lose Rax. They expended, what, 2 buybacks?
One. Just one.
One buyback, and it was Nyx. But that was still 1,700 gold lost. Like, that Nyx lost 1,500 gold from that fight. That Wisp relocating him back in puts him all of a sudden being 900 gold away from Aghanims to 2,500 gold away.
Yeah.
Like, that's how big of a difference it is now, and that's a huge issue.
But to be fair, because they lasted the Aegis, I think Nip is going to respect the high ground defense of PR.
Well, they've always been respecting it.
And they're going to wait.
Game.
Yeah, they're going to wait.
Okay, so
that it was a very expensive buyback by Nyx, and I think it was a poor play by Wisp. But I guess the silver lining is that they bought themselves quite a bit of time.
I just want to remind you that at around 17 minutes, Nip had around the same lead that they do now. So in a 25+ minute scenario, they have managed to accrue maybe 4,000 or 5,000 extra gold difference from the 15-minute mark or 17-minute mark.
So I guess what I'm asking you is, we are in agreement that as this game go on longer, Power Ranger has a better and better chance.
I think that Zeus is amazing against Nip's team, and I also think that Nyx is amazing. Now, Cheshire Cat has had a bit of a rough game because, of course, he had to buy back, but he also died solo in his lane. Now, had that not happened, I would say that PR would have been in a much better position, and we talked about the lanes and what they could have done differently in that regard, but I would also say that PR have a good opportunity to take the game late if they can continue this kind of spammy play, where Zeus is just able to sit there with his Bloodstone and push out the waves non-stop. Because it will eventually reach a point where Sunlight is going to get to Refresher, and I think that's his next item after having the base mana from the Bloodstone. I also think that's a big thing. It's not just the regen.
Okay.
It's about having enough mana to actually drop all of your abilities at the same time without having to even use a mana regeneration item. It's like you don't have to Soul Ring, you don't have to Arcanes, you just boom, all your spells are out, the damage is dealt, you force Nip back, you let the Ira perhaps get to his Assault Cuirass or his Basher, whatever item he's going for, and then you just try to take it from there.
Okay. Hold that thought. Hanskin's walking right into the Nyx. Nyx is gonna get seen. I don't think he had dissection or anything. He has a Glimmer Cape though. So Zeus ult needs to be used immediately for sight. It looks like that's gonna be it. So one other item I was considering for Zeus instead of the Bloodstone or the Aghanims is Octarine Core.
You think just for like the super spam?
Yeah, if you need spam, that hero or that item will give you spam.
I don't think it's the spell cooldown, though, that's the issue for him at the moment. I think it's
the
just,
mana?
Yeah, the mana thing was big, and Octarine Core costs more than Bloodstone, right? And Octarine gives less regen than Octarine. So you want the Bloodstone to be able to use your spells on cooldown all the time, but you don't necessarily need it to be shorter cooldown. And then if you're deciding between Octarine and Refresher, when you already have the Bloodstone, then the best thing to do is to say, well, I have plenty of regen already. The best bang for my buck in a team fight, if I'm defending high ground, is going to be Refresher. Like, when you said that earlier, you were correct. It's just that it wasn't such a one-dimensional choice that he could just say, okay, well, I just need to win a fight. There was more to it than that. He needed to win the fight, and he needed to be able to have spam. And the spam is how he was able to do that.
I honestly think Refresher is still better. Yeah. But, I mean, that's not what Sunlight went for, so let's leave it as it is.
Apparently they can hear us, or I don't know who they hear, but apparently they hear some casters. Which is unfortunate. I mean, I guess it's okay because we haven't really said anything too incriminating about what Nip are doing, right?
Well, PR hears it.
Yeah, but we haven't said what PR have done. That's what I'm saying. Like, we've been talking a lot about PR themselves.
Yeah. Should I say something about you should have got refresher?
No, we were just there collecting the items.
No,
It was fine.
I was just messing. You know me, Andy. I'm always messing.
Not so smart now.
Is that
mana burn damage?
Is
That's
that
after
what Nick
reduction.
says?
No. I think it's he doesn't say that. I think it was just something that he added in.
Nick should say that though. That's a pretty cool line to do when you're mana burning something.
Yeah, but it's out of character for him, right?
Is it?
I think so.
Or does Nick actually just say Nick's and Nick's? And he doesn't say anything?
No, he's not a Pokemon. He says other things. Like, I have one purpose for being.
Does he say that?
Yes.
He should say not so
That's where the
smart.
one purpose for beans thing came from.
Can we lobby for that, please?
Alright, Lumia is starting the lobby. There will be a Reddit post, I'm sure, after this game.
There will not be Reddit posts. The only thing that ends up on Reddit with Lumi related is it's hate, bro.
Highlight videos of you doing team fights and saying some of the most hilarious shit I've ever heard.
Yeah, that's actually a good one. Meanwhile, Roshan's going on by now.
I don't think I've ever come so close to like wetting my pants of laughter than when I watched your top shelf video. That was actually my favorite thing in the entire world.
You're welcome.
To bring smiles to so many is a gift. Remember that.
Okay. I mean, I bring smile to myself, and that's what's important to me. All right, here comes Nip. They're pushing bottom now? Or I think they're just leading Coup Wave in bottom and then rotating mid.
They could do either. I still think they want to siege tier 3s though. Like, oh! Aghanim's up.
Yeah.
Ooh, that's good.
That's pretty big. You can now actually spam the wave before it even gets in.
Yeah, look at this.
30 raw. Yeah. You want my back? Here's my back.
Okay, so the Impale range, I just want you to hover over it for those who might not be familiar with how large it is.
Okay, he just got up.
Yeah, he got out, but...
Alright, here we go.
Just look at that.
It doesn't look that impressive.
It's huge.
It is huge, but it doesn't look that impressive.
The bigger thing, too, is it actually lowers the cooldown of Burrow.
Yeah, that's a bigger one. Alright, here we go.
I just love how it's just,
He's just having fun. Alright, Impale. Got him.
Look at that
Mana burn.
era from behind the barracks.
Oh, they're coming right back in, and 30 Raw is going to get trapped a little bit. Meanwhile, J4 taking a ton of damage. This Rax, though, still going down. Churchside guy just sitting there. He's trying to, he's essentially spamming every spell as he comes off cooldown.
Yeah, but I mean, that's what you do, right?
Yeah, but this building lost a ton of damage.
Okay, so from where he's standing right now, his Burrow Strike and Mana Burn both hit above or below the top of the ramp, and now it hits past the bottom of the ramp.
Okay, Pipe is going to be online. They force him forward. He's now out of there. And now the base is under siege. Rax is going to be going down. Meanwhile, Cheshire Cat doesn't have buyback. Relocate, though. He's out of there. And, of course, it's an in-base relocate, so that Wisp is fine. But the big problem now that is you lost the Rax.
That was hilarious, though. Cheshire Cat just chilling out there.
They had Glyph, though. They had Glyph. They didn't want to use it.
No, you don't. You don't glyph that. 100%.
I mean, I think you do.
No, you don't.
So you're saying...
Here's why you don't glyph it, right? Say, for instance, that melee Rax is exposed. It dies.
Okay,
the reason you don't glyph it is because it's harder to defend. And if you do glyph, with Nip already being outside of your base, and you lose one fight with Era having an Aegis in his inventory right now, you auto-lose another set of Rax.
So you're retracting your statement of, if PR loses one Rax, they lose. Because now you think they have a better...
No. I still think they have a really bad chance of winning. I still think they lose. But even in the mindset of, I want to try to win no matter what, even if I think that my one Rax will lose us the game, I think that you still don't glyph that. Because if you're trying to win under any circumstance, the better play is to not glyph it.
Okay. I mean, the only reason I'm saying that you do glyph it is from your previous statement. Like, you protect that last Rax, or the mid Rax, like it's your last Rax.
But that's my outside perspective.
Okay.
Obviously, as a team playing inside of the game, you are going to do everything within your power to win.
Here we go. 30 Raw, trying to hold things up. That Impale hits on 4. That's pretty big. They do a ton of damage with a stolen. It's going to be Lim eating that cheese, popping that BKB as well. Looks like he's still eating again. Cheshire Cat making things work with that Aghanim.
Stun! Did you see that?
I saw that.
Stolen Split Earth after the Impale, forces Nip back, makes Limp BKB. Era's completely out of mana right now.
They also had to use cheese for that too. But they got to do it again.
So hard.
They got to do it again. Also, Glyph has been used.
I don't know. This is intense. I think if Cheshire Cat had even a moderately better game, this would have been totally different.
Well, we wouldn't have seen the long climb back, right?
Yeah, but I would actually say that PR would have had a solid chance of winning. Okay, he got forced.
Yeah, I like it now. He's turning around before it. That's
the play. That is the play, 100%. You know,
the cogs, okay. Era is losing a ton of health. I like the fact that he's mana burning Era as well.
Yeah, he doesn't have mana to pop ulti. That's the big thing. That's their primary source of base siege outside of Diabolic Edict.
They're holding, but mid slowly is being widowed now.
Yep.
The
question is, how close is the Zeus to Refresher right now? So he has 3,800 gold. Means that he's still quite a ways away. And I can't open the shop hotkey because
Alright, I got you.
I gotta click the button.
Refresher is 5.3.
Yeah.
So we're 1.4 away, which is honestly not that long.
If you imagine how fast Limp lost his health there, like he almost died from full, right?
Yeah.
Like the mana burn was crushing him, and he had Veil applied, Zeus popped ulti. If there's Refresher, I think he just dies in that combo.
Yeah, I'm not disagreeing with you there. Here we go.
Alright, Eric coming in. Still has the Aegis available. There was a regen rune bottom. He's going to get mana burn again. Glimmer Cape is used. Lift on Era as well. Deira doing a lot of damage. Remember, he will respawn after he dies the first time. Jonas and Fan going to get Cheshire Cat inside of the cogs. He does have the damage reduction, though, from the burrow. And he's just standing in there.
He needs to get out. Force
so
after
much.
He has no buyback. He's dead for a long time. Uh-oh, this could be bad. Meanwhile, there's a Maledict on the Raw as well, so it's get a ton of damage. With the base open, 2 siege units hitting the range racks, or sorry, melee racks. They don't have really a way to actually deal with it. Relocate, bring him back for a heal. Here comes 30 Raw again. He gets Hex. He needs to get out of there. His Vanguard is disabled by the Hex. 30 Raw will get forced that backward, but the base is open, and that is going to be a second lane of racks. It's not done yet. Clockwork coming in. They will get the Rubik as well. 2 lanes of racks down, and Nip is looking for the third.
I think that's the end. Cheshire Cat is 100% necessary for base defense. The problem with the going Aghanims without Force Staff and stuff is what you just saw. So if you're burrowed, you can actually Force Staff.
Wait, he sold his Force Staff?
Yeah, he sold his Force Staff to buy Aghanims because he realized how good it would be for base defense.
Oh, the Cog's
Jonas!
gonna push everybody back. Limp, he's running away for now, but that allow Era to get the first, the tier 3 tower will be getting the range racks as well. Sunlight Dota trying to spam things out. But I believe that will be Mega Creeps, and that should be it.
Yeah, I think this is where the GGs come out here. PR with a very valiant defense. I gotta say, the laning phase could not have gone any worse. Like we talked about how Nib didn't necessarily build a more substantial lead as the game went on relative to how much of a lead they gained through just having a really strong laning phase. So if, for whatever reason, PR can find themselves at a better position in the early game, I can easily see them taking a game off of Nip in this series.
Yeah, I definitely agree with that.
Yeah.
Despite how the game went, I thought there was a very fun game. I don't want to say well played.
It was fun to watch.
Yeah.
I would think that, given the circumstances, PR played much better around the mid-late game than they did during the lanes, but I also think they drafted themselves into kind of a corner. Now, I think their 1v1 matchups could have gone fine.